For more great retail real estate content, like, share, and subscribe.
So you might be saying to yourself, wait, we just spent a lot of time talking about the build out. What could possibly be left? Well, unfortunately, there is a lot outside the scope of your GC and architect that still needs to be done. Can you pay someone else to do it? Of course, but that would be a major expense. And you're gonna have to make a million decisions about this stuff, so you might as well just do it yourself. The biggest categories that are typically outside your GC's scope are 1. Furniture, fixtures, and equipment, or FF&E for short. 2. Signage, both interior and exterior. And 3. Decor and specialty items. So let's look at FF&E first. The first two F's in FF&E stand for furniture and fixtures. As we discussed in part 1 of the video series, your architect or designer will have specified the types of furniture and fixtures in your space, as this information is critical to both space planning and engineering, and all of this information is in the A set of plans. If you worked with an interior designer, you may have already agreed to let them do all the procurement of these items for you, which is great because they will handle the shopping, receiving, and installation as part of your contract. So for the sake of clarity, let's assume that you're going to be doing all the shopping. Working with your architect's specifications, you should have a pretty solid shopping list for what you need to purchase, and you're going to do most of the shopping online. If you're opening a boutique, you'll likely have some modular shelving or racks, some decorative light fixtures, and perhaps a few large tables for display and point of sale. If you're opening a coffee shop or a restaurant, cafe, or bistro, you have a lot of tables and chairs and perhaps bar stools and decorative light fixtures. Your architect's plans will give you all the information you need to create an exact list of the number of items you need and their exact dimensions. For example, if your plans show 20 tables and 40 chairs, this is what the fire marshal is going to look for when they come for a final inspection. So you don't want to buy 30 tables and 60 chairs and be in for a rude awakening when you fail inspection. That being said, if the architect says that the tables are black laminate and you buy white marble, the fire marshal won't care, so long as the counts and dimensions match what was approved on the plans. As frustrating as this can be, try to remember that the purpose is safety in event of an emergency. So now that you have a clear shopping list from your architect based on a design that you like, let's talk about what kind of flexibility you have in procurement. It's not uncommon to find that the furniture or fixtures spec'd by your architect are either not available or over your budget. That's okay, you have more options. Just remember that you're operating a commercial establishment, so you do need to purchase accordingly. Are you looking for a sofa in the center of your boutique that will have hundreds of people on it over the course of a weekend, and maybe a 5-year-old jumping on it? How about upholstered bar stools, where people will sit while drinking red wine, and maybe their third glass of red wine? Well, you're not buying furniture for your home, and no one's going to tread lightly on your stuff. So depending on the particular use of certain items, commercial grade can be a smart move. Don't worry, there's a lot of good-looking commercial furniture out there, but it's not cheap. And you can always get what you like so long as you have a mind towards durable construction, fabrics, and the possibility that you'll need to replace things over time. In terms of decorative lighting and other fixtures, just be sure that you're matching any electrical requirements with the electric that your electrician is planning to install. Typically, you will have discussed this with your GC in the bidding and contracting phase because they need to know who's buying what. Keep in mind that your electrician probably doesn't care what your fixtures look like. So I think it's best to let them purchase the basic items like track and recessed lighting, and you can purchase any decorative items for them to install later. So for both furniture and fixtures, you want to make sure you have everything ready to install when the GC is ready for it. So start shopping early, especially for commercial grade or custom items. Some pieces can have lead times of 10 or 12 weeks. That's just before shipping. So one advantage of working with your architect or designer to procure these items is that they can typically get to the trade discounted pricing. Now, this doesn't always work, but if you're buying directly, you can absolutely explain that you're buying for your commercial establishment, and some companies will go ahead and extend you the trade discounts. It's always worth the ask. What are they going to say? No? So now that you're ready to order all your stuff, you need to consider where it's all going to go before it's installed. Light fixtures will be installed before any furniture is placed, and none of it will be needed until you're nearing the end of construction. So be mindful of your storage needs. You definitely need a place to receive all of your stuff and check it over as soon as it's delivered. You need to be aware of any instructions from the manufacturer, the company you bought it from, since you don't want to find out a month later that you received damaged or incorrect items and you can't return them.